Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trails in the Sky, second chapter. This is me, your host, Logic Blade, and we're back. Back after the end of chapter 7, and a hell of a lot happened, kind of. We encountered all 4 enforcers on each of the tetracyclic towers, and despite beating them in a fight, we kind of only tied them in cutscene because the time ran out. Whatever the hell they were doing with the Gospels worked out, so they stopped fighting, and Wise Men revealed what his plan was all along: to return the Shining Ring back to reality. Needless to say, it hasn't gone well for our heroes. The return of the Shining Ring has brought the orbital shutdown phenomenon to everything in Liberl, including the Bobcat here. Of course. Yep, a giant floating city in the sky. And of course, Dawn's brilliant idea is to get onto this floating island. Yeah, I mean, it's a lost treasure of ancient civilization. It's probably loaded in treasure. And considering we're in total radio silence, that's probably not a good sign. And there we go. The Bobcat shut down. And without a flight field, all this machine can do is crash. Brady Adios, that is not our time to be called to heaven. Oh, jeez. Rest in peace, Capua Sky Bandits. Welcome to Chapter 8, The Land of Chaos. The Ruan drawbridge is stuck up like that. The escalator doesn't work. Everyone's pissed off in Zeiss because everything runs on orbits there. All the airships the Liberal army had in the air are grounded, including the RCL. And because we've cleared these tetracyclic towers, we get a few more BP. Up to 290. The last 92 BP are in this chapter, which is a hell of a lot, so there's obviously a lot of side quests we need to do. And yeah, without orbital power, everything's pretty much useless. Yep, I mean, power shuts down, everyone wants answers. I mean, we're at a frickin' panic right now, man. I don't expect a riot immediately, but it will come in time. Professor Russell isn't going to be bringing back the dead, but his new invention's complete at least. The Zero Field Generator. Basically, in layman's terms, it cancels out whatever the hell the Oriole is doing to orbital power. It's just orbital energy being absorbed by the Gospels, so basically, the Liberl arc is absorbing all the orbital energy. And it's still doing so. Yeah, so the entirety of Liberl is swallowed by this, and likely parts of Ereboni and Calvard as well. So as long as it's next to an orbit, that orbit will work just fine. Unfortunately, it can only protect small orbits, so it's not like it's gonna prevent this thing entirely. You know, limited to phones, battle orbits, that sort of thing. And obviously, you can only make so many of them. And it seems like Cassius at least, you know, had planned ahead and is like, we might need something like this in the future. Yeah. You need to make sure you can get the information out to the grunts as quickly as possible. So... we need to restore the communication devices all over Liberl. Exactly. So, Gransel Castle, the Hawken Gate, Limestone Fortress, obvious places for them. You gotta hit all the guild branches as well. So that's 8 of them taken care of. So, yeah, the RCL, the Capital, Hawken Gate, Limestone Fortress, and all the regional posts. That makes sense. Probably one for the Wolf Horde as well. And, yeah, one for each phone in the guild branch, and one for personal use. Still, we're in dire straits. So, all you really need to do for this chapter is deliver the Zero Field Generators to each of the guild branch phones. That's it. You don't have to do anything else in this chapter. You could do this in like 20 minutes if you so desired. However, that's a really bad idea, and I don't recommend it. You miss out on a ton of side quests, a ton of nice items, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Beer and steak. That sounds great. Oh yeah. I scarcely noticed that the princess and Father Kevin are currently not in our party. Not that it matters, we can't use orbital arts very well anyway. So, as much of a handicap as that is, it's less of a handicap considering the gimmick of this chapter. With all the orbital energy being absorbed, you can't cast orbital arts without a Zero Field Generator. course, the societies in the sky, the Glorious is somehow impervious to this crap. So, we just have to focus on what we can do. So, Stella and Joshua are locked into your party. You get 2 other choices. Given the nature of this chapter, it's time to bring in our heavy hitters.
Let's do it!
Tita's actually pretty useful for this chapter as well, since she has a healing craft. And with Chloe and Kevin gone, she becomes your most effective healer in that sense. So yeah, the game will explain, you know, you need to equip the Zero Field Generator as an accessory, otherwise you can't use Orbital Arts. Alright, never mind, I forgot this happened to Tita as well. Right, never mind, Tita's actually not very useful for this chapter. I forgot about this little quirk. Okay. So, we'll pull this up, just so you can see for yourself. We get 4 Zero Field Generators. If you don't have them equipped, you can't use arts, so put one on characters you know you'll be using their arts for. In which case, there'll be Estelle and Joshua. In, Sin's case. In Agate's case, they're just going to be beating down, so we don't desperately need these things. Make sure to check out the Bracer Guild for your quests. There's 2 monsters floating around that we'll have to take care of. There's one on the Crone Pass, one at the New Ansel Path. We'll head south first. And we get a nice little cutscene of just how messed up this place really is. Yep, you can see it from the sky, and it's just massive. Anyway, while we're here, let's see if we can buy anything new. Doesn't look like it. Hopefully the Empire keeps this non-aggression pact, but it's the Empire. Okay. I'm sorry I'm messing around like this. There's really not a lot I can do here. Also, if you check in at any Orbital factory, you can use the upgrading stuff if you give them a Zero Field Generator temporarily. So, you can temporarily give the Zero Field Generator to someone. They will temporarily use it for you. But we can't really upgrade anything at the moment, so don't worry about it. And of course, we get our zero field generators back, so no need to worry about anything like that. So let's go take care of the monster on the path here. I think it's just on the path regularly. If it isn't, someone will let me know, I'm sure. Archasm Doom. There it is. Anyway, True Hardbreak gets a real improvement, being an area of effect attack rather than a single target thing now. Oh, fuck. Death Blow, are you kidding me? Death blows. Yeah, go after Estelle all you want, prick. No, I guess Agate gets to drag behind. Joshua gets a new S-Break. The true Black Fang is a stronger version of regular Black Fang, as expected by the name. You know what? Don't mind me, I'm figuring out how to get Thalos back on Joshua here. I need Earth and Mirage. Ugh. Defense 5 is lovely, but that's not what we really want on Josh here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Sorry, I'm messing around here. I was like, what do I want to do? Cast 3 is a very nice thing if you are looking specifically to support Cast. Otherwise, completely useless. I hate it. Cast 2 is just better. But yeah, let's get that settled. Make a waifu glass cannon? Nah, that's not what I'm going for. Estelle's gonna be more of a tank than anything else. A tank with a few, useful support quartz. And this just needs to be something with like, earth on the side. I wonder if, Scent is, like, overridden by a cloak. We'll find out. Let's find out if Scent is overridden by a cloak or not. Oops. Yep, Scent does not override cloak. Excellent. That means I can get all that nice... those nice, quartz values for Joshua here. Okay. I think that's enough, fiddling about. We need to get to the top floor of the Liberl Tower here. I'm trying to just remember this where it is based off memory, so... I think this was the easy one to navigate. I might be wrong, though. I thought it was. It's not. The mouse class. I'm not running any mice here. Anyway, there's this archaism floating around here. You temporarily have to take the cloak quartz off to fight it. So, just go ahead and do that. These guys are annoying. Ooh. That's a nasty trick. God damn it, Agate. Sorry, no, I'm not well versed in military objects. Alright, come on. Thanks to these guys dividing all the time, we've limited their numbers quite a bit. It's weird, I have Lay Curia, but I don't have, you know, Latira or anything. Whatever.
That's that. Let's move out.
That was an annoying little fight, but got quite a few levels from it at least. And we also get the Shield Orb, which is a decent accessory. I should have it up here somewhere. Yeah. 50 defense, 3 movement, 5 speed. It's a nice little thing to pick up. Seal, mute, petrification, death blows. This seems better. Bring down his stats a little bit, but at least he won't, like, instantly die in fights now. Okay. Oh, these are just better for him. I don't know why I don't have these on to begin with. Alright. Okay. That's enough of that. Also, Joshua should heal himself. Oh, crap, right. Forgot I took that off. Let's go fix that. You know what? Yeah, this is just better, isn't it? Finding the right order is a real pain in the katush, isn't it? Oh, isn't that right? Whatever. Whatever. Okay. Let's get out of here and head towards our next destination, be the Valeria Lakeshore. Bose has the least hidden quests in the area, probably because they expect you're getting a little sick of being in Bose, but stop by the lakeshore anyway here. Looks like he's stuck procuring rations. Apparently nothing is being caught because the stupid Liberl arc is in the way. However, we are the best at fishing, so go ahead, get your big rod out. Use a trout as bait. And you'll catch the Dynatrad. This is the guardian of the lake. If you're keeping up with your fishing, this isn't too hard to do. But I really don't care about this in the slightest on my 3rd or 4th playthrough. Or my 5th. Whatever. And we are a master fisher. So now you can buy stuff at the Fisherman's Guild in Gransel. Just make sure not to go to Gransel last when you're running around here. Yeah, quite a bit. I'm only 30 hours in on this playthrough, but I'm pretty sure I've dumped in about 200 otherwise, so... You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So now we want to go all the way back here. And head on over to our next destination. There's a monster up in the Crone Pass we'll need to deal with. But, first we've got business in Ravenu Village here. There he is. You want to talk to this guy? Your fellow Bracer Sting? And apparently he has something for us to look at. A glowing black gem. It's an ancient Zemurian quartz that only Professor Russell can tune for you. They found it around the Liberl Tower. So he's basically letting you know there's super strong monsters up at the towers there. And he's going to give us this time gem for our troubles. Anyway, I've shown off the time gem. It's cast 3, which is only useful for very certain scenarios. Not in the ones we have right now, though, so don't worry too much about it. Anyway, that's all we need to do here, but let's go bug the Elder as well, see what he has to say. Probably nothing interesting, but, I have to imagine the more, rural areas are, not as orbital dependent, so, yeah, they'll be fine. Even a lit fireplace can burn a house down. So it looks like everyone in the village is doing alright. Which means we can, just move on. I just felt like recovering just because it's my prerogative. Apparently there should be a monster on the Crone Pass here somewhere. So let's just keep our eyes peeled. There it is. Found it, guys. Jeez. What a bunch of rude boys. We want to take out these jerks using their arts. Ah, fuck. Of course they would feint him. Ah, Jesus Christ.
We're good to go.
I go through all that trouble, and they just up and feint him. Alright. No more messing around, right? try and wail on this guy next, I guess. Alright. Well, that could have been done better. Whatever, we're good. And Agate got a level for that. That's nice. We also got the Mute 2 quartz, which is kind of, not as great considering our situation. While I'm here, I'm just checking if there's anything better I can, move around with. Like, hey, why not have, Petrify 2 instead of Mute? Not that I can cast any spells with Zin right now. Alright, with the monster cleared, we've done everything we need to in bows, which means we have 4 more regions to check on. I'm just going this way because the guide I have is structured this way, and rather than bounce around, worry about that kind of stuff, just do it like so I don't miss anything, is basically the idea. He'd have answers. You certainly wouldn't want to hear them, though. And, of course, orbital charging stations are no good in this current situation. Bracers are apparently allowed to pass freely regardless of what's going on, so that's good. And he's got some very powerful attack foods. Can't use our guns, weird things are showing up in the sky. Man, I really hope Erebonia doesn't invade us. That's not a thing Erebonia does, right? Anyway, you can't even rest here, so don't worry about that too much. And yeah, we're just going to be ignoring whatever this monster is. Do. Yep, very strange checkpoint. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'm sure I'll see you next time. So, see you then. Gonna stop by the lighthouse before moving on to Ruan there. Anyway, thank God for the turbo button, right? Like, imagine trying to do this just, you know, standard pace. Not that a lighthouse is much use when all the orbits are out. Apparently the old man can't figure out that the orbits don't work. Well, seems like he's got his own troubles to deal with. Let's not bother him. There's one thing I'm going to do, though. Just get myself topped up. Because who, baby, there's a lot of monsters out here. Army airships are falling out of the sky. Orbits stop working. It's terrible. So yeah, this chapter can be as long or as short as you want it to be, because the entirety of Liberl is open to you. And there are so many freaking NPCs you can talk to that you're just pretty much you're in for quite a show, as they say. Looks like this one landed safely, all things considered. Just go to Minoria Village, guys. Come on. Anyway, let's check out the orphanage. I mean, I can't imagine they're doing too hot, considering the circumstances. Seems like Clem's having a hard time chopping wood. After all, he's like a 5-year-old kid. So, despite everything, he seems to be in pretty high spirits. Looks like everyone else is inside the orphanage, so let's go bug them. Looks like they're all helping out. They're doing their part. Yeah, it seems like Chloe's on the path to queendom. Just one step at a time. Wasn't there one more kid? Or am I just misremembering? Oh, there she is. It's like I knew there was one more. And everyone thinks that Joshua's a really cool looking dude now. I mean, I think he's trying too hard, but, you know, whatever floats your boat, right? Just keep my eye out for enemies and such. There should be a monster on the Gull Seaside Way here. I'm just not exactly sure where on the roadway it is. And I'm just going to save here in case I mess something up. There's a hidden quest here, and I know I've missed the trigger on it before. So yeah, we've also got these archaisms to deal with. Balancing clowns. They delay, they're annoying. Deal with them quickly. Petrification, come on. Let's get Agate back on his feet. Never mind. Let's try that again. Never mind. Thalos is useful at this stage of the game, I guess. Just rely on the gladiator belts to get you through this area. Because god, these fights are annoying. Healing, don't really need anybody healed. Just Hellgate these guys, should be fine. Alright.
Not done yet.
Fairly annoying fight, but we did it. Good job, us. And we got another status effect for us for our troubles. At least that's something, I suppose. Okay. I am better equipped for this shit now. Only slightly, though. Let's get Action 5 on here. Comes with a downside of a movement drop, but whatever, this is fine. This is fine. We're fine. Alright then. Let us immediately stop in at the Ruan Guild branch here. We've at least got 2 field generators to spare, so... As long as we have 2 equipped, we should be fine to handle any random monsters that come around and all that shit. thing is, we need to talk to Jean here and trigger this, because this triggers a hidden side quest. Apparently, the Ravens are stepping in to restore order. God damn. And since the bridge is up, crossing is a pain in the ass. So let's explain to Jean what we've got and what we're doing. And let's get the phones back and operational here. It's 2 regions down, 3 to go. And there's a few postings on the board, of course. Check outside the city limits, like the orphanage, the school, all that. And with the phone fixed, you can switch up your team if you so choose. However, we have no real reason to use Cher or Tita at this stage. Tita's worthless without a zero field generator, and as you can see, your zero field generators dwindle quite a bit. This is basically the same shit that the last guy said. Joshua's like, yeah, I'm gonna fix this. I've got enough for one upgrade for somebody. I guess I'll fix Agate's main one. That seems like the best point of that. Alright. So yeah, if you want to head to the south part of Rouen, you'll have to go through the hotel here. I don't need to go there at the moment, so we're gonna stay up in the north area here. Basically because you have to deal with the long, annoying cutscene of you getting on the bridge and waiting for all the people, and it's just, you don't want to do it unless you have to. You know, let's check out Genus. Something appears to be wrong. Oh no, it's Mickey. And of course, Ouroboros has its random enemies out here, so we're gonna have to take care of them. Important thing is just not to let Mickey die here. We will be doing our part to protect him. Ugh. Seal, really? You're gonna do that at this point in time? Come on. Well, at least the fight wasn't too hard. Anyway, with Mickey saved, what the hell are Ouroboros' monsters doing at Genus Academy? Oh, apparently they're attacking it. Great. What's really going on here? Red armor, they broke down the gate, and then they shot the janitor. Jeez. Apparently they've got some weird archaisms to go with their, capture of the academy. Well, this isn't good. They've got, the front gate pretty well under control here. And since we have actual hand-to-hand combat experience, we're the best men for the job. Of course, we've got a specialist in covert ops. Let's have Joshua sneak in. Yeah, they're much higher if he does it alone, so... I'm just wandering off to pick daisies for a moment. You go pick those flowers then, mister. Aww. Alright then, let's infiltrate an academy. That was easy. So you can see their guards, they got their standard affairs, and time to begin our sneaking mission. Two enemy soldiers in the boys' dorm. So basically, check every window. And once you have, you can start rescuing them properly. Two male students and the janitor, it looks like. Alright. Luckily for us, we have the power of cutscenes on our side, so we don't have to be super sneaky. Just don't go right into the main path or anything. Looks like some soldiers in reserve. The hostages are probably on the second floor if they're anywhere else. You can always look inside again if you want, but there's no real reason to. Oops. And basically, you know, don't be a dumbass. But we're gonna unlock the back gate just in case. Oh, looks like Gilbert's here, and he's the one in charge of this invasion. When did you lose that passion? Seems like he was planning to betray Dalmor from the very beginning. And apparently he's after the princess, which is, good luck with that, buddy. You're looking in the wrong place, buddy. And apparently he's just gonna probe every student until he finds the princess, who isn't there. Great. Nobody at the main gate here either. But apparently there's somebody in the hallway that he can hear. And looks like the students are being kept in this room here. Yep. Of course, Jill. Of course. And Jill and Hans, luckily they know exactly who all the staff and students are on the grounds, and hey man, how's it going? Yeah, it's been a while since I've streamed at a somewhat reasonable time. Luckily for me, it just happened to end up this way. Most of these windows I can't even check. Well, that's good to hear. Always nice to hear that. Rather than, you know, oh, everything's terrible. Doesn't look like anyone's in the auditorium here. Oops. I wanted to check that other window, but it wouldn't let me, so... I'm sure the guards will just be like, what the hell is that kid doing? Looks like there's 3 girls there. And a couple of guards right in the main entrance here. Alright. With the entire campus under control, we've got the information we need, so let's put a plan together to free these guys. I should have thrown them off the damn deck of that airship when I had the chance. It's an old story. One Shara knows all too well. And yeah, Tita's got the right of it. They can use their orbits through the shutdown phenomenon. Yeah, sure thing. We're just gonna plan out our infiltration of Genus. Yeah, we want at least 6 people to attack them from the front. Anything less is crazy. Luckily for us, we got some more bracers on hand, just in time. Aw. You're sterling role model, Andlace. Wait, she is full of lies and you shouldn't believe a word she says. Welcome back. So, let's attack them from 2 sides. 6 to assault the front, and 4 to assault the rear. Works for me. And Estelle wants to attack from the rear. And looks like our back team is decided. Estelle, Josh, Annalise, and Kurt are gonna be the team to go. And naturally, since Kurt just uses plain old magic, he doesn't need Orbital Hearts. And luckily, Karna has a gunpowder assault rifle. Here we go. Let's go shoot up a school. In light of an assault rifle that uses gunpowder in a school? Oh no. It's far heavier than an orbital gun, runs out of ammo in seconds, and it's just harder to use in every way. It's got plenty of stopping power, though. Damn straight it does. Alright then. So, if you need to swap out any equipment or anything, now's the time to do so. Kurt and Annalise come a few levels ahead, so they don't really need...
Let's go!
Acknowledged!
Don't really need too much. Just make sure you got some decent things equipped on them for armor. Sure. Yeah. Normal guns use the magic bullshit. We don't have any of that to use, so we're stuck with what we got. Alright. Let us begin the assault. Yep, we are literally going to assault a school. But it's okay, it's been captured by Jaegers and such, so, you know, somebody's already been shot. We're just the good guys with the guns to shoot the bad guys with the guns. See? Trails of America. Yep. We'd attack one of those little rat holes these hicks call villages. What, like that Claudia chick? No way, she's like in the palace or some shit, dude. Whoever it is, though, the Phantom Thief's friggin' obsessed with the chick who goes to this joint. That's Gilbert's game plan. Find out who it is and deliver her. I get it. Yeah, we could score some major points with an enforcer if we do that. Man, that just makes things even worse. That chick is that important, the bracers and army are gonna come right at us. We better be ready for some major shit to go down. They're mercenaries, more or less. Just the, Trails of term for mercenaries is, Jaeger. Yeah. The hell they get that junk from? They'll bury us in bullets at this rate. Go get the frickin' reserve guys. And we're sneaking in from the back. Who needs to reload in a JRPG? Seriously? Alright, so make sure to rescue everyone. I'm making a new save just in case I screw this up. Like that, you can't go to the old schoolhouse. You have to stay to the new one. Right, and since we unlocked the back gate, we can just head right on in. Hit the clubhouse first. All these encounters are forced, so don't worry too much about it. Old schoolhouse is just a common thing in Japan? I don't know. I haven't been to many Japanese schoolhouses. I think they just come up a lot because they're good set pieces more than anything. Luckily, these guys don't hit too hard. Unfortunately, your teammates aren't quite that strong either, so it's just a matter of surviving the fights. These fights in Trails in the Sky go a lot slower than the newer games.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Also, it would help if I actually put things in their court slots here. Why do you have defense 3? Just take that off now. You don't want that. Okay, sure, I guess. Not exactly what I was expecting to see. Well, looks like we found a couple of teachers. And we're just gonna tell the hostages to stay put until we've dealt with the situation. I don't even know if that's worth noting. That's just strange. And looks like some more teachers are up here, so we'll tell them the same thing. Luckily for us, Deborah has some nice food for us. We've still got more places to check. Student council room's empty. The reference room is empty. So it means we can move on. Check the schoolhouse next. And get into another fight. Ugh. Rude.
By my art, be calming as ocean waves.
Anyway, let's show off what Kurt can do when he's serious.
Go! Rise, storm, from the space between sky and sea.
Yeah, he just strikes him with lightning. That's the stuff. Fortunately, these guys are right in the range of a flicker attack, so that should finish them off.
Not done yet.
So, check Dean's office. Got a couple more students free. Well, a student and a teacher. Kurt Narden. He only knows that the princess can be found at the academy. He probably hasn't been told anything that isn't critical to the mission, obviously. And since he's super clueless, he's probably going to do something dumb. In any case, check this floor next. Apparently they're still firing out there. Elementary, my dear Jaegers. Jeez. What a bunch of goofs.
By my art, be not as you appear.
There's not much worse than that, I don't think. And yeah, that might be the idea. Just burn your enemies in shells. I mean, if they're dead, what can they do, right? Ugh. Rudeness. I don't really have any great spells to cast now that I think about it.
By my art, become hard as steel.
Well, this is gonna miss, but whatever. Better than nothing.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Alright, more Jaegers down. Just kind of top ourselves off. Quiet in the hallways. More students in the classroom here. Looks like everyone's doing alright. Contempt for your savior only makes you look like a churl, Dennis. Alright. That's about half of the students and teachers on the list. Still got quite a few more. So, let's keep our eyes open. Another 4 are in this classroom here. Including some guy named Logic. Yeah, very illogical of you. Yeah, you don't want to get shot by a stray round, or nommed on by a beast. Yeah, you don't want to become the next victim of a school shooting, right, guys? I'm sorry. That joke is in such poor taste. I don't know if it wraps around to being funny yet. 5 more in here. Gilbert Bozo. We told him to go stuff himself. Just stay in the classroom until we get it. I don't think getting shot at is anyone's thing, Jill. Alright. That's the last of the things in this area. We know the auditorium's empty, so we're just gonna skip that. Into the girls' dorm next here. Take care of these guys. Yep. Stop screwing with us. Nice of them to all gather in one spot like that. Alright. Good enough excuse for a chain craft. Cake.
Piece of cake.
Piece of cake, even. So, 3 more girls in the dorm here. And we know that there's 3 people left in the boys' dorm. So, yeah. We just have to find Rochelle. And that should be it, because we know where the other ones are. So, just let's see if she's in one of these rooms. Nope. Okay. Let's go clear out the boys' dorm then. Maybe they're in there for some reason. Hey, guys. Quite. Nice to beat you. Alright, stop picking on Joshua. Rudeness.
are calming as ocean waves.
Alright. One more to go. And Estelle should finish him off. Never mind. I guess Joshua's just gonna get wailed on for a little bit.
That's that then. Let's move out.
And these are the last three that aren't Rochelle. Again, same as everyone else. Looks like Mr. Parks is gonna be fine. And with Kurt's healing arts, that should certainly help him get on his feet. So, we've just got one person left to free. And luckily for us, that scream tells us exactly who we're looking for. So they're behind the academy. So we gotta run back towards the old schoolhouse here. Once again, make sure you save before getting into the fight, because we're gonna fight Gilbert here now. No, it's Chloe's friend. So that makes sense why Gilbert would grab her. I will climb the ranks of Ouroboros with this girl as my ladder. What? Society of Ouroboros is far larger than I imagined. Everything happening here in Liberl is but the tip of the iceberg. Our plans extend across the continent, across the centuries, across everything. It is the perfect path to power, and the girl is all I need. So that's your plan. So you screw up in Liberl and decide to go down the criminal organization's drain instead. Gotcha. Great career advancement there, champ. Silence! A tiny little backwater like Liberl was always too small for me. The society in all its glory, meanwhile, is a fitting stage for me to stand on. And you will not get in my way. Well, I'd like to say good luck with that. But you realize that girl won't get you anywhere, right? Poor, ignorant fool. This girl is, in fact, the princess of the Von Ostley's family in hiding. No, I'm telling you, it isn't me. Please, the charade fools no one at this point. Witnesses say Claudia Von Ostley's favors rapiers in combat. And right now, you are the only female student in the fencing club. It cannot be anyone but you. But, you know, it's sad. I don't know how to break it to him. He's like a monument to boneheaded assumptions. What are you talking about? Okay then, from the top. You wouldn't happen to remember when you got captured at the lighthouse, would you? How could I ever forget? Just remembering it makes my guts boil with rage. The humiliation, the indignity. Then you do remember the girl who was accompanying us, right? Seemed like you knew her. Yes, I remember her. Chloe Rins, as I recall. That's a good point. I didn't see her among the captured students. What? Bingo! Remember how Chloe used a fencing sword at the lighthouse? Now that you... No! That bleeding heart orphan lover? That's ridiculous! Absurd! Everything I've done can't have just been a waste. And now he's fleeing from reality. That's not healthy, dude. Tragic. Silence! I have a hostage here regardless. I still have the advantage. If you don't want to see your guts covering the floor, throw down your weapons. Ah! His face becomes more kickable by the second. We need some kind of opening. Ha! Paralyzed with indecision, are we? Perhaps slicing open her face just a little will make you pay attention. Yeah! Rochelle, over here! Okay. Welcome to Liberl. What? Sig, what are you doing here? Chloe sent you, didn't she?
Scream!
Ha! How thoughtful. That is the coolest bird! No, this can't be! This is madness! Madness? Perhaps it is. Either way. Time for ultra-violence. Yeah, Trails of Cold Steel is, a distant sequel to this series. Takes place about 2 years later. Oh, and I can hit both of these. Excellent. Let's go with this. This sounds like fun.
See, look at me! Please! Can't we all just get along? Come on, let's shake on it. Oh, yeah! Idiot! This is what you get! Just go away! Damn it! I'm in the lead! You little... Damn it! That's what you get! Jack! Wait! Let's talk this over!
The will to fight has weakened.
You're finished!
Yeah. That's, Gilbert's strongest move. He's a total cakewalk. Don't even worry about it.
Fight! Fight for me!
He's one of my, favorite enemies for all the wrong reasons.
By my art, calming as ocean waves.
You're finished! You're finished!
Anyway, yeah. So, he's not a hard fight. Not in the slightest.
Impossible!
That's that then. Let's move out.
Gilbert's dead. We killed Gilbert with some ultra-violence. And, please do not compare the great Queen Alicia to Justin Trudeau. Ugh. Oh, Adios, the pain! Please, I beg you, spare my miserable life! For the love of... Why do you have to be such a coward now? Sort of feels like we're bullying him at this point. His choices led him to this end. Gilbert, in accordance with the laws of the Bracer Guild, you are... That won't do. Arresting him would be a problem. It's Campanella. You. The one who showed up at the mine. Campanella. Good day. I've been watching ever since you entered the academy. Oh, what a show. What a show. It was a delight to watch. I didn't think there would be a last-second addition to the cast either. And such timing. Scree? Sir Campanella, have you come to save me? You know, Gilbert, I don't seem to remember ordering you to capture anyone. Oh, I mean, Of course you have to take advantage of opportunities as they come. You're on the ground. You have to make the call, as they say. And I won't stop you from doing that. But if you fail, there really wasn't much of a point, was there? No. No, please! Gah! What the hell? Flame tongue attack illusion. Just like what Luciola uses. Mind, I'm not nearly as good as she is. I can still roast a bad steak, though. Ah! I did enjoy watching Gilbert make such a fool of himself. I suppose I can leave off the punishment for that. This time. Ugh. Wait a second. You're running again? Well, anyway, let me apologize for all of this. You have my word that the Society of Ouroboros will not lay another finger on this academy. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, good day, and farewell. Gilbert's punishment has only just begun. Are we ever gonna nail them down? No. No, we're not. Well, at least everything's taken care of now. I mean, sure, there's still some Jaegers and Archaisms running around, but that's what the frontal assault team's for. Yep, the Jaegers have run off, and everything's calmed down. Back to normal. We've even got an army detachment looking after the place. So that sounds pretty good. Looks like they're going to be heading up to Bose. So, that sounds like a good idea. We've already been there, so no need to ever see these guys again. Kinda noticed something when we were fighting together. The way you used to hesitate when you attacked, it's like totally gone. You're so more at ease now. I know that's sort of out of the blue, but it kind of blew me away how much better you've gotten. Gotten stronger in the heart. Of course, Andalace is being the ultimate rival and promising to get even stronger for next time. And that was our hidden quest complete. Quite a little detour to save these students, but well worth it in the end. Can't let Gilbert just do what he pleases. Anyway, you want to talk to Purity here before you leave, because she has a copy of Gambler Jack. However, it's Chapter 12, and we don't have Chapter 11 yet. Not to worry, though. Chapter 11 is, in another region in this chapter, so we'll get to it when we get to it. Unfortunately, no one else gives us some nice things, so whatever. It seems like these two have made up after that arranged marriage incident. Don't focus on small details like your future. Well, I mean, you take your wins where you get them, I guess. Anyway, the Royal Army's in position, so we can leave this to them. So let's head back to Rouen. Woo. Ruan. Do 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 do. And before you head off to do some other things, let's just go ahead and report what we've done. So, let's formally report in. Took care of a few monsters. The occupation gave us 8 extra BP, up to 313. And we're B+ bracers now. And got some Stregas. Which are slightly better than the composite 2s. I don't have these on somebody. Weird. Whatever. I'm sure I'll be able to put those Stregas on somebody. Anyway, we're gonna temporarily put Tita in our party here.
All right.
To give her the Stregas. And we also want to stop in at the weapon shop here. Because Karna was mentioning that this girl has some gunpowder weapons. So, you know who uses gunpowder weapons? How do I put this? I want to borrow your guns for a second. The CZ guns. Oh yeah. Super rare. And it wasn't able to live up to design specifications. Yeah, she doesn't know much about it at all. The final parts to complement the weak points. Seems like the Reinford Company has had a lot of spare time to build gunpowder weapons. And she's just going to give these F parts to us for free. Because apparently her little sister's at the academy, so this is just her way of saying thanks. Sure, why not? It's actually not as good as the one she got for leveling up the, what's it called? Satellite beam. But it does improve your, range and firepower, so if you don't need to, single target your opponents to death, it's, useful. But again, not so much for this chapter, because Tita needs a zero field generator to be even remotely useful.
Leave it to me. All right.
So, put the boys back in. Make sure their equipment is up to snuff. Right, sure. Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Do. Nothing I need in here. I don't know what I'm doing there. Okie dokie. Let's head south. And we can't take the bridge. We have to go through the hotel here. And get in line. This chapter. Luckily, we'll never have to cross to the other side of Ruan again. Waiting is evil. But no, we need to cross to the south side, so... There's no other way to get across. This is me holding down the turbo, by the way. You'd think you could put more than 4 people on that at a time, but I guess you don't want to chance it. Anyway, let's just head out. I don't have any more business in town. So there's a monster up at the Liberl Tower we'll need to deal with, as well as one at the very top of it too. So we got some things to do. Blinded? Seriously? At least Zen can heal his status ailments. They're all too far away for Thunder God Kick to be effective. And they're all too far away for Evil Eye to be effective. Well, that's good news. Jeez, just send the whole house at us, why don't you? Right. Alright. These guys need to stop with these, just armies of monsters. I really want Dragon Dive. When do I get Dragon Dive? How many peacocks do these fish have? Too many, that's for damn sure. Oh god, World Shaker. Ah, god damn it, no. Alright, one down. Fortunately, Agate's blinded, so can't really deal with anything until we solve that. Yeah, whatever. Alright, Zen was blinded too. God damn it. No! That's not how this is supposed to work. Screw it. Alright. Come on. Die, you dumb fish. Cool. Now I can just wail on these guys and finish them off. Hopefully. There we go. Chain 3 and a level for Agate. And some Freeze 2 ports. Excellent. But we do have business at the very top of the tower, so make sure to handle that. I totally forget where to go here, so bear with me as I get my bearings. Ho 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 ho. Fifth floor. Nope. There we go. I did it. Gotta temporarily take this cloak quartz off. Alright. Come on, Thunder God Kick. Do some serious work here, please. Yeah, still alive. Joshua, what are you doing, buddy? Estelle heal herself. And I'll have the boys finish this thing off. There we go.
That's that then. Let's move out.
They're starting to give me less levels overall, but I'm still getting a decent amount of experience. And Zen has true Oral Blast, so his S-Craft will do more damage for once. You also get the Mind Orb, a decent accessory for casters. Not the best thing in the world this late in the game, but, you know, whatever. You'd rather have your status effects covered than your stats boosted, I think. Because the fights are a bit too slow to really take advantage of, you know, just one-shotting enemies kind of thing. At least that's how I found it from my personal experience. Might be different for other people, but I know for me, it's better to play defensive than offensive. With all that out of the way, though, we can head on down to the Zeiss region. Apparently he's pretty worried about not being able to fight once his orbital gun doesn't work. Apparently the Cornelia Tunnel is just completely blacked out, as it should be. I mean, all the lights are out. Still, that doesn't bode well for us. You can rest if you need it. We're looking pretty much alright, so no need to worry. Alright then, let's go into the Cornelia Tunnel here. Luckily for us, we have the cloak quartz on, so this isn't the worst thing out. Anyway, you can see how awful this is without, say, accessory to deal with it. So, rather than try to work through this hell, moon glasses don't work despite what they say. You need actual night goggles like this. Anyway, you just need it equipped on one party member and you can see the general area. We've got our map also fogged out, so it's really, really just a not fun time walking around in here. Do your best to commit this place to memory. If you do, you can kind of figure your way out around here. Otherwise, like, yeah, it's one of the worst areas in the game. Just for how awful the night vision filter is. I mean, they really do get the point across that this is just, like, the worst thing to ever happen. Anyway, here's the Limestone Cave. Let's go into a cave full of evil penguins while we can't see a goddamn thing. Luckily, there's natural light in here, so we don't need the night goggles anymore. So we'll give Agate something a little better. Sure. Ring. Ring. No, we don't need to go fishing. Again, I'm pretty much trying to do this by memory, so I don't exactly remember where the entrance to the tunnel is, but... we do want to head towards the place where Schirmer's treasure was hiding, if we can find it. I have no idea where it is. I'm just gonna do the tried and trusted method of hugging the right wall until I find it. Are you a divine penguin, or are you just a regular penguin? Guess we'll find out. Nope, just a king penguin. Okay. Yeah, no, these are... That was a total cakewalk. I shouldn't even bothered with that thing. Okay. Found it. I think. Let me just check here real quick. Oh. That's why. It's not in this cave at all. God damn it. Ugh. I apologize for wasting everyone's time going through this cave. I thought there was something in here. Now I have to find my way out again. Okay, I did it. Good job, us. Alright, just move generally to the east, and you should be able to find your way out. Luckily, there is a path of sorts, so you kind of have an idea of where you're going. Right. That's the way out, but before we do that, we actually want to stop into this little alcove. Where is it? Where are you? You're the one I'm looking for. Yeah, guess what? You get to start this fight blinded, and you just stay blind, so use your arts. Except for Agate, he actually has the night vision goggles on, so he'll be fine. Damn it. Seal? Really? Really? Okay. Screw you, buddy. As you can see, blind does not wear off, even though you do use that. So Zin. You're bait. That's what you're doing. You have no other purpose in this fight. You're bait. Oh god, he summoned more of them? Oh wait, no. No, he just moved. God damn it. Well, taunting doesn't work on them. That's a waste. So yeah, this fight's more annoying than it is difficult, as these usually are. Come on. Oh, shit. God damn it. Nice of you to actually pop close by, buddy. Oh, sure, knock them out. You know, just knock them out. That's fine. You do that, buddy. Hurry up and die already. There we go.
Care for a rematch?
No. No, we don't care for a rematch, Agate. We're good. Anyway, dealing with that nasty little affair gets you the Divine Cross, which is a very powerful equipment. Whoop. Sorry, I want to show it off. But yeah, all your abilities up. It's 45 points each, or I think it's 40 points each, and then the extra buffs are just whatever you got. So yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, let's get out of this hell. The sooner the better. We're out. Thank God. Welcome to Zeiss. Alright, so I think I'm gonna fight the most annoying boss in this game. the elevators don't work, obviously. So let's do something before we head to the Bracer Guild. Don't go directly to the Bracer Guild. Factory's down, obviously, but we can do that, obviously. We've seen this spiel before. Alright. And we can upgrade a few more slots. That'll certainly help in the battles to come. But again, the water sepet being the big thing holding us back. Whatever. Escalators don't work. And without orbments, Zeiss is obviously going to have trouble running. And unfortunately, the road's blocked and you can't move it unless you move it by hand. Take a nap at the hotel. Why not? Our next destination is somewhere on this road here. I forget exactly where this monster is hiding, but you'll know it when you see it, and it is the bane of my existence. Where are you hiding, you little piece of shit? Come on down. Come on down to Pound Town. Let's go. Woo. It's not here. Just one sec while I check my map for where it's hiding. Okay. I have to head towards the Wolf Fort. That's why I don't see it here. Good. I didn't waste too much time here. That's not that either. Come on. There we go. There we go. All clear. Where are you hiding, Abyss Worm? Where are you hiding? Okay, here we go. Try to take these guys out one at a time. Let's see what I got for stat ups here. Sure. Alright.
Come on.
There's no clean way of doing this. Just delay the one that you're trying to take down. Fortunately. Oh, I can't hit this one, thank God. Let them do all their lightning fall crap. Okay. This is super annoying. Oh god. Alright, here we go. Time for maximum pain. Okay, so far so good. Joshua can't flicker anything from here. Alright. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Nope, they're all too fast. God damn it. Here we go. Alright. Nope, nope, nope. Bad idea. Nope. Just kill this one. Please kill this one, Agate. Nope. Shit. This is what happens when you, don't do it right. So, yeah. I hate this thing so much. I hate this thing so freaking much. Oh my god. Alright, everyone's clocked up. Okay. Now what do I do? Do. Okay, that's not on the turn order. Good, I can just keep on casting. Wind would be ideal, right? Okay, sure. Not that it makes too much of a difference. Alright, when can I start just going ham on these things? Not right now, no. Again, just do it one at a time. Take your time. Don't speed yourself into an early grave. Who can I hit with Flicker? Just single this guy. Okay, cool. This guy's next. So yeah, no great strategy, just take your time. Have Joshua be your caster, speed your team up. Zin can provide the smackdown, hopefully. Alright. Yeah, this is one of the most annoying fights in the game, I have to say. Just because, you know, your basic strategies don't work. You gotta just do it really, really slowly, and pray you don't fuck up even once. Luckily, you do have access to a few single attacks, so... And if you control the speed of your turns, you should be fine. poison. Rude. Oops. Good enough. Man, Joshua's starting to run out of EP here. Yeah, take care. Sorry you have to watch me do this fight for like 30 frickin' minutes. Well, once you start getting them down, it's a bit more tolerable. But yeah, just keep playing it defensive. Just until you can officially say you can win this fight. With Zin and Agate with Gladiator belts, this is much easier on you. Alright. I think I'm at the point where I can just start wailing on them. Worms down. Oh my god. There we go. That's the most annoying boss fight in the game. I don't know if I'd 100% call it the hardest, but it's the one I hate the most. There we go. Mission complete. Go ahead and recover all your EP after that fight. Oh my word. Yeah, boss fight against worms. How unexpected. Looks like Gundalf's here at the Wolf Fort. Seems like he's doing okay. Anyway, there's nobody we really need to talk to at the Wolf Fort here. But the gate's stuck open to the Calvard Republic. And we're not allowed to go there, so don't even think about it. Alrighty then. Our next destination is, actually the Cornelia Tower. We want to stop over there before, progressing onwards. It's also a fishing spot. If you felt like going fishing. We don't. So, once again, there's a monster at the very top that drops a nice accessory. I just have to remember how to get to the top. Because that sure isn't the right way to go. That's the way down. Oh, is this the one that's just the straight shot? Or not quite. Not quite a straight shot up. So, once again, take the cloak quartz off, put something better on. And do your best not to die. Jeez, what a bunch of rude boys. Oh no, you're trying to confuse Estelle? That's not gonna work out for you too well, buddy. I appreciate the attempt, though. Oh no, our movement's down. Whatever will we do? They're just going to be as annoying as possible. Okay, y'all gotta stop that. Yeah, they're kind of weak to water, so I can hit these two with it. Alright, Estelle, heal up the party. Please and thank you. And there we go.
Savor the victory. We earned it.
these fights just get easier and easier. And we get the power orb. Similar to the other ones, it just boosts your attack instead of your arts or your defense or whatever. So yeah. Ah, crap. Let me out. Yeah. Also, I need to put the cloak ports back on, I guess. Alright. Let's get out of here. I think once I give the thing to Kilika here, I'll probably call it an episode. Looks like they were able to land their airship, at least. We haven't seen, like, wreckages of airships all strewn across Liberl here, so that's a good sign. Do I like Final Fantasy? I don't mind it. It was really good back in the 90s, that's for sure. Why do you ask? Alrighty then, let's drop this off. Like the original, like 7, the remastered version of 8, 12. Oh, okay, fair enough. It's always good to branch out, though. Final Fantasy's like the gateway JRPG. And of course, Kilika knew we were coming. Oh, this series is great. You'll, once you pick it up, give it a try, you'll definitely enjoy it. It's, very story-focused. The gameplay's pretty fun, even though I'm not showing off much of the gameplay, because, I'm mostly just going around and, following the story. Yeah, so passage through Caldia Tunnel's been very difficult, obviously. And the water pump at Elmo currently is non-functional. So that's all of our major problems. Like I said, the story is great. It's very in-depth. Lots of the NPCs have a lot to say. It's and the slow burn from just exploring the Liberl country as junior bracers to saving the world from the goddess's treasure. It's it evolves quite a bit. And the towers might have been a waste of time because, you know, yeah, all the games in the series are connected. There's Trails in the Sky, first chapter and second chapter, which is one game. Well, supposed to be one game. Takes place over 2 because they couldn't fit it all in the PSP. Then there's Trails in the Sky the third, which basically acts as a connector game between these 2 games in the Sky series and the future games. There is Trails to Zero and Trails to Azure, which take place in Crossbell and happen afterwards. And then there is Trails of Cold Steel 1, 2, 3, and 4, which take place in Erebonia, and they also take place after Trails in the Sky here. So yeah, they're all connected. There's a lot of games in this series. If you're looking for a JRPG to capture your attention and your time, this is one of the best ones to do so. Anyway, Kilika's basically saying, yeah, you still gotta do what you have to do, and we want your We want your zero fuel generator. So, now we're down to 2. I think I'm one of the most honest women in the world. Sure. Oh, I understand that. It's a real challenge even to just find like 3 hours a day to play what I want to play. I know going more than that is just crazy. So, yeah, quite a lot to do. There's a monster here. There's all sorts of stuff, but we're gonna leave the continued exploration of this area for next episode, because this is about the halfway point of this chapter. I find we've got 3 of the zero field generators sent, 2 more to give up. So yeah, we'll pass those on for next time. In any case, this has been Logic Blade. I'd like to thank everyone for coming today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Trails in the Sky. Holy crap, that's a lot of worms. And we'll be concluding this chapter next time. Thank you very much for the follow, and thank you all for coming on Twitch today. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to do the needful, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be here tomorrow sometime. So until then, see you next time.